Hello, my name is Callista and welcome to another video update. Today's video update is a rather special one. On June 1st, the KallistaPlays channel turned 3 years old, so belated happy birthday to the channel. And as has become customary, I will be trying a new type of cider. Now, my favourite cider is the toffee apple cider by Brothers, and this is another one of I haven't even started yet. Now is not the time. This is another one of their products. This is the Cherry Bakewell cider. I find it rather surprising because it doesn't have that strong a smell. It does smell faintly of cherries. It smells rather like the the Haribo sweets, the Haribo cherry sweets. It smells rather like that, but cherries normally have a really strong smell. So I'm rather curious about this. So cheers. Ooh. It may not smell very strongly of cherries, but it certainly tastes very strongly of cherries. That really comes through. It's also quite sour. It's a very sour drink. The toffee apple is really sweet. It's different. I like it. It's not as nice as the toffee apple. I will say that is my favourite. However, I would happily have this again. Lovely jubbly. I shall enjoy that over the course of this video update. Now then, as always, I have my notes right here, so if you see me looking down, I'm checking my notes. Now, first things first, the state of the channel. How many games have I played over the course of this last year? Well, this time last year, I had 41 Let's Plays up on my channel and 38 of them were complete. And as of right now, I have 55 Let's Plays on my channel and 52 of them are complete. So I have finished 14 games over the course of this year, and I am very happy with that. Last year, I only did 6, which really shocked me, but it was because I focused on really long games, on a lot of really long games, so, it kind of evened itself out, so, I'm happy that I've played more than 6. Like, I'm quite happy with that. I'm still focusing on some pretty long games. We finished, Dragon Age Inquisition and Danganronpa 2, those were really long, but I'm happy with 14. It's a good number. Now then, goals. As always, I had 2 goals for the channel. One of them, maintain my schedule. Big no there. Massive no. But I also wanted to reach 500 subscribers, which, hey, I did manage to reach that. As of the time of this recording, I am at 715 subscribers. I am so pleased with that. I am so pleased that I managed to reach my 500 subs goal, and I kind of blew that out of the water. I'm really happy with that. I am, very proud there. Now, maintaining my schedule, I've had a lot of things go wrong over the course of, here's the thing, it's mainly been the beginning of this year and the back end of the last year. It wasn't like a full year of bad times. It was more so from September to kind of mid-May, thereabouts. Things just went wrong for me. If you've seen my previous video update, then you'll know I was kind of going through some stuff emotionally. I don't necessarily want to rehash that again, but I also had to have one of my wisdom teeth removed. Gilbert here. Gilbert went on strike, because of course he would. Why? Why, Gilbert? I know I don't pay you. I know you're not part of the Keeper Union, but still, you can't be going on strike, Gilbert. You can't be doing that. It's not fair to me. But yes, so I suffered technical difficulties. I was unable to speak for a little while. Yeah, to be honest, the wisdom tooth really wasn't all that bad in terms of pain, and I'm not saying that to be hard. I'm not like, oh, the wisdom tooth didn't really hurt, because literally within a month I got a blister on my foot, and from how I was reacting, you would have thought I'd had my foot caught in a bear trap. Like, literally, I was limping, I was constantly moaning about how much pain I was in, but my wisdom tooth, nah. Like, legit, on the day that I had it removed, I got told, hey, whatever you do, don't let the pain relief wear off. Don't let it wear off before, you're no longer numb. Make sure you take some, paracetamol or whatever, take some painkillers. And so obviously I was like, well, I see that as a challenge, so I waited for the pain relief to wear off. And legit, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, but I get a blister on my foot and it's chronic. I don't know. I can't explain it, but yeah. Sort of things just conspired. Life conspired, and I could not maintain my schedule. It was very frustrating. However, I think I'm back on it now. I think, just obviously my mouth is fully healed. Gilbert is no longer on strike. My foot is no longer in pain. That really wasn't affecting my recording, but whatever. We might as well include it. My mood is doing so much better. I feel so good within myself. And I think that from here on out, I'm gonna be good with my schedule. So, fingers crossed that we don't keep having issues there. Now, my new goals for next year, I always say maintain my schedule. I always say that. It's kind of one of my constant goals. However, I'm gonna add a little asterisk, maintain my schedule, asterisk, to the best of my ability. I'm adding that in there. 10 videos every week, it is a lot of pressure. I can do it. I can more than do it when things are going fine, but if I'm in a slump emotionally, things get on top of me. Things very quickly get on top of me. So I'm adding in that little asterisk to just kind of take the pressure off a little bit. And my second goal, I want to reach 1,000 subs this year. That's what I want. When I started this channel, I kind of had a how do I want to put this? Like a timeline in my head. And to be honest, I didn't think that I would be able to achieve it. However, sat here at year 3, I'm like, you know what, I might be able to. I wanted to see if I could get 100 subs by the end of year 1, 250 by the end of year 2, 500 by the end of year 3, 1,000 by the end of year 4. That was my kind of idealized timeline. And as it stands, 715 to 1,000, that really isn't a massive amount. I'm on the home stretch, so you know what? I reckon I might be able to do it. I reckon we might be able to get the KallistaPlays channel up to 1,000 subs by the end of this year. So, yeah, I'm going to set that as an official goal. 1,000 subs by the end of... by June 1st, 2024. It's awkward. I'm awkward. I couldn't do it in regular years, could I? I had to set it in, halfway through, because of course I did. 1 second. That is nice. That grows on you. The more you drink, the more you like it. Cracking drink. Love it. Now then, the future of the channel. Where is the channel heading? The Let's Plays we've got going. Here's the thing, for the primary and secondary Let's Plays, those are planned out pretty far in advance. I mean, for the primary slot, we're gonna have Mass Effect 1 through 3. Then we're gonna play either Near Replicant or Pillars of Eternity. Then the third one is whichever one I don't play, and then Greedfall. And then after that, I will pick another 4 games and we can vote and, yada yada. For the secondary slot, obviously, we will be playing Life is Strange 2. I just started that the other week. I'm enjoying it a lot. Then we will be playing Danganronpa V3. I always have to remember that V. I always think it's just Danganronpa 3. No, that's the anime. We're going to be playing Danganronpa V3, then True Colours, and then after that, I'm not entirely sure. I do think I want a bit of a break from the Japanese visual novel kind of genre. I am looking at the Phoenix Wright games, obviously not immediately after I play True Colours. However, Danganronpa has got me intrigued in Phoenix Wright. I think I'd probably really enjoy those games a lot. I also have a few suggestions of games that are in a similar vein to Danganronpa, but I'm enjoying Danganronpa. I've really enjoyed Danganronpa. However, I'm just a little bit bored of the genre. I don't know if bored is the correct term for it. I'm a bit Danganronpa'd out. That's the best way I can put it. I'm a bit Danganronpa'd out, and I don't necessarily want to... Excuse me, that's the alcohol. I don't necessarily want to play something that's in the same vein, so I'm looking for a game that I can slot in after True Colours. I'm still kind of umming and ahhing on what I want to play. And then as for the weekend series, that slot is always a little bit in flux. I never like to plan out the weekend games too far in advance. I will say I treated myself to something for my birthday. Now, one second, let me just get it. Da-da-da-da. Yes, I got myself a controller. Now, I ummed and ahed over whether I wanted an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller. A couple of people recommended PlayStation controllers. However, not to put too fine a point of it, this is a really cute colour. Yes, I am that easily swayed. I thought it looked cute, so you know what? I settled on an Xbox controller, which means I can play games that use controllers. So with that in mind, here's what I'm thinking for the weekend game. So we just started The Case of the Golden Idol. After that, I'm thinking I'm going to play Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Now, I was originally supposed to play that instead of Broken Age. However, on Steam, when you look at the page for Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, it does say this requires a controller to play. However, I looked it up and multiple people were saying, oh no, you can actually play with a keyboard. You can input which one you want to use when you load up the game. So I bought it because it was on sale. It was only £2 and I figured, you know what, that's worth it. And sure enough, it was do you want to play with a controller or do you want to play with a keyboard? And I was like, oh, this is great. So I started recording the first episode of that Let's Play, and literally not even 2 minutes in, we reached the first puzzle, which is having the brothers use a little crank to raise up a bridge. So obviously with a controller you'd use these doohickeys. On a keyboard you have to use A and D and the arrow keys, and you have to kind of do that. No lie, after about 6-7 minutes, the bridge was only halfway raised because it kept dropping, because I kept going out of sync with the A and the D. And I said, you know what, whoever said this could be played with a keyboard is a liar. But no, absolutely not. So yeah, I decided I needed a controller. So now that I have one, I will be able to play that. So I'm thinking The Case of the Golden Idol. When that's finished, we're going to play Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Then I'm thinking The Dark Side Detective: A Fumble in the Dark. It's been a while since I played the first game. It's been a while, and I do want to return to that universe sooner rather than later. I want to see what McQueen and Dooley are up to next. And then after that, I'm thinking Immortality. That is an FMV by... oh god, I can't remember who made it, but it's the same guy who did Her Story. I absolutely loved Her Story. So I'm really intrigued by Immortality. So I'm thinking that is the kind of last game I've got planned for the weekend. And then after that, we'll kind of just see how things go. So that's where everything's going with that. In the video update for June 1st of 2022, I did mention I was going to be making a Patreon for the channel, and as you can see, I did not. I felt guilty. I felt guilty, to be perfectly honest. I felt like I was being money grubbing by opening it. I think I will wait until I reach 1,000 subs. Here's the thing. Doing Let's Plays, it is expensive. It does get to be quite expensive. You know, I've bought a controller. I upgraded my computer to Gilbert. Gilbert is, I bought all the parts. You know, he's not a pre-built, he's like a mixture of different parts, and that was pretty damn expensive. I've upgraded my keyboard, I've upgraded my screen so that I have, you know, better quality so I can react faster, and this, that, and the other, and games are expensive. Obviously, I buy stuff when they go on sale. Never pay full price for anything. Never, ever pay full price for anything. However, it does all add up. It does. Now, please don't get me wrong. I'm not coming out with my begging bowl saying, you know, please, I'm going to be homeless. Like, no, I am in no financial danger. I'm not saying that. It just adds up. It just adds up, and I would like to be able to recoup some of the expenses I have spent on my channel. But at the same time, I felt guilty. I felt guilty for, you know, considering opening a Patreon before I'm even monetized on YouTube. So I am gonna wait. So fingers crossed, if I do reach 1,000 subs by this time next year, then I will have a Patreon open. I've also been upgrading all of my thumbnails. I really like the new thumbnail design. I like the big, you know, kind of bold splash of colour. The black kind of band over the top, it worked, you know, for what it was, but I'm really taken with how I'm doing the thumbnails now, and I've been going back onto my old series and, you know, updating them there. I don't have to. I know I don't have to do that, and I'm making more work for myself, but I like everything to be uniform. I like everything to be nice and neat and uniform, so I'm going back and I'm updating all of them. I've got most of them done. It's mainly the bigger series that I don't like. You know, Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, the Danganronpa games, I haven't updated them yet, but I will. When I get to it, when I've got some free time, I'll update them too. Yeah, I think that's everything for the channel. How have I been? Let's have some more alcohol to unpack that. As I have mentioned, I've not been in a good place mentally for quite a while. I'm doing better now. I'm doing much better now. But it was a lot, shall we say. It was a lot. And I try and deal with things on my own. Again, this is stupid. What I am about to say is stupid. I realise that. And if someone came to me saying this, I'd be saying, oh, don't be daft. Don't be daft. Like, no, that's not how it is. But I'm not gonna lie. It is very much like, okay, one rule for you and one rule for me with how I deal with people. If other people come to me with their problems, I'm very sympathetic. But with my own problems, I'm quite harsh and critical. One rule for me, one rule for others. It's daft and stupid. I know this, but it's just how I am. It's just how I am. I try and deal with stuff myself because I feel like I'm a burden. I know I'm not. I know I am not. But it's just there in the back of my brain going, Callista, if you kind of try and, you know, put this on other people, you're a burden. Don't do it. Just, you know, grit your teeth and, you know, think of England and move on. You know, that it's that kind of mentality. It's that kind of mentality, and it is not helpful. It is a very self-destructive mentality to have. I am aware of that. It's just very difficult to break. I have reached 28 years of life with this mentality. It's a lot of unlearning to do. Now, I think I am doing better. I think I am doing better. And I'm trying to build on the positivity that I have right now and the energy that I have right now. So then when there are times that I have no drive, that I am experiencing one of my black moods, there will be systems in place for where it's not it's not quite such a negative. It's, oh, I already have stuff recorded and I've just got to edit it. And even when I'm at my lowest, I can always edit. Editing it's easy. For me at least, because my editing style is very, just here's what happened. Here's the game. I'm just syncing up when I was speaking. Editing isn't very hard for me. So even when I'm at my lowest, I can always edit. So I'm just trying to make sure that my backlog is packed and I always have stuff to do. So even if I'm not feeling so great, I still have stuff that's, ready to go. I am trying to, I'm trying to get into, I don't know if it's right to say I'm trying to get into manifestation, because I do kind of believe that the energy you put out, the universe will return to you. I'm not a particularly spiritual person, but I do kind of put some stock in that, at least. Right now I am, I don't know if this is politically correct, so do forgive me for this. I'm trying to manifest crackhead energy, just like that's brutally what I'm trying to manifest. Like, trying to manifest happiness, no, I don't see the point in that. But crackhead energy gets shit done. That it does the job, and I'm like, I could use some of that. I would like that, please. Just while I'm trying to get everything back in order, because I really made a pig's ear of my life during the past 6 months. It was a right cock up. Not to put too fine a point on it, right cock up. So just trying to manifest crackhead energy so I can set things right, and then I can have some chill. I can manifest chill into my life, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be able to, course correct and get back to where I was. I certainly feel a lot more hopeful than I have in the past few months. I feel better within myself. You're always gonna have, there's always going to be negativity. You're always going to have aspects of your life that make you unhappy, that cause, sadness and sorrow, but it's all about how you deal with them. And that's not to say ignore it. No. If you just kind of try to compartmentalize, then that sorrow is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, because no one's keeping it in check, and eventually it's going to spill over, and you're going to have a right mess. I think the best thing to do is to see, like, okay, this is what is making me unhappy. This is where all the cracks and the negativity are, and I see it, I acknowledge it, and I'm carrying it with me, but we are moving forwards. We just keep moving forwards, and sometimes you've got to stop to tackle the weight, to tackle, this negativity, but never for long. You never want to wallow in it. You never want to feel like you are being drowned in quicksand, and that's kind of how I was for many months. It felt like I was drowning in quicksand, but I feel like I'm moving forwards again, and it's a good feeling, but it's also, in a way, it's scary, because it's how easily I kind of succumbed to that feeling. Am I making any sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense at all. I'm gonna blame the alcohol. Either way, long and short of it, I think I'm doing better. I think I'm dealing better with, the negative aspects of my life and the things that make me unhappy. I think I'm dealing with them a lot better. Sometimes you have to do a bit of pruning. I think life is, I'm not going to say life is like a box of chocolates, but life is like a bonsai tree, shall we say. You need to mould it and care for it, and sometimes you have to prune off some of those dead branches that are only going to, make the bush unhealthy in the long term. And I've been doing that slowly, and I do think it's having a positive effect. And I'm decently confident that this coming year is going to be a damn sight better than the one I've just had. So, yeah. Cheers again. Yeah, this is actually pretty nice. Yeah, I think that's all I want to say. I'm sorry I kind of ended this on a bit of a downer. I'm really sorry about that. But it's just, I've just been having a very crappy year. I don't like, you know, oh, I'm dying on the inside, but I'm smiling. Like, I don't like doing that. Things are sometimes negative, and you've got to talk about that. Even if I do feel a bit ashamed. But you have to talk about it. You have to acknowledge it. And, you know, I don't kind of want to brush over the bad parts of my life. I don't like the idea of putting up this facade of like, oh, I'm completely happy. Nothing bad happens to me ever. Big thumbs up. Like, I don't like doing that. So I do apologise that the end of this has been rather negative, but I value honesty. I'm sorry. But yeah, either way, to cut away from the negativity, I am feeling very happy. I am feeling a lot better than I did, and I think this next year is going to be good. I think it's going to be really good. Fingers crossed. So, I hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you are. I hope your year is good and you get lots of lovely things entering your life. See you around, guys. Bye-bye.